Hello FutureMakers, welcome to TeacherPreneur. It's said that what people say and feel about you when you've left the room is precisely your job to do when you're inside the room. This is so true for teacher interviews as well. In a teacher interview, it's really important to present ourselves very well because that's the sole factor that will determine whether we are the right fit for the job or not. Presentations in a teacher interview sound quite complex, right? Don't worry, TeacherPreneur is here to help you. In today's video, I'm going to give you the do's and don'ts of teacher interview that if you follow, I'm sure you'll get your dream teaching job. So what are we waiting for? Let's get into the video and let me tell you all the do's and don'ts that you need to follow before going to your teacher interview. The first tip is to dress formally and do not dress down. Basically what this means is, dress up properly for the interview. A day before the interview, decide what you're going to wear. Do not overdress. The personality of a teacher should be very simple and approachable. So make sure you dress in that format only. If the institution has given any dress codes, make sure you follow it. Do not wear a bright red lipstick or dangling earrings because that's not what a teacher is seen as. Your dress counts as your first impression because as soon as you enter the door, they might notice what you're wearing, how you're wearing, and how well you're carrying it and how confident you are in it. And remember, first impression is the last impression. So dress formally, dress subtly, dress simply, and just go for it with confidence. The next tip that we have is do maintain your body language and do not slouch. Your body language is the second most important thing when you go for an interview. Now, I'll not talk about body language in this video because I have a separate video specifically dedicated to body language during teacher interview. I'll plug it over here in the I button and in the description box below. So make sure you watch that video if you're not confident about your body language, and I'm sure it will help you. The next thing is do listen and do not cross talk. Many times it happens that we are so nervous during a teacher interview or we are so excited to say so many things that we start talking even before the interviewer has completed the question. This is a big no. Whenever you're going for an interview, and specifically when you're going for a teacher interview, listening is one skill which is very, very important for you to possess. So whenever an interviewer asks you any question, let him or her complete the question, take a pause, frame it in your head, and then start talking. This will give the message that you're patient as well as a good listener, and when you're talking, you'll have more confidence because you've prepared it in your head before saying it out loud. This might seem a very small thing, but goes a very long way if you follow it. The next thing that you should keep in mind is that do your homework well and do not go underprepared. Whenever you go for a teacher interview in a particular institution, make sure you know the mission and vision of that particular institution. Know what are their core values, what is their history, and what is their background of starting such a big and good institution. Along with the core subject value, if you also add their mission and vision statements aligning with your answers, then this will give you an extra brownie point and they will definitely be impressed with what you're doing. If you do this well, this will give them a message that you really want to work with them and they'll be keen to have you. On the other hand, if you go unprepared, they will think that you are disinterested in the role and it might leave a bad impression on them. So make sure you do your homework and leave a good impression. Another thing that you must remember is do give out genuine information and do not falsify. If you say the truth, you will be really confident and they will be happy to have you. But if you say the false, you'll have to say 1,000 other false to cover that up. So make sure whatever you do and whatever you share in resume or in your interview is genuine and 100% true. Whenever you're sharing your experience, whenever you're telling whatever you've gone through, say it with 100% authenticity because they need honest and authentic teachers for the job. If you've forgotten something, admit it. If you do not know the answer of anything, admit it. This will help them understand the real you, and that's what they want to see in the interview. The next thing that you must remember is to have a positive outlook in everything and do not ditch your former institutions or co-workers or anybody else. Remember, even though you are changing jobs, you are a part of the same community and the same fraternity who wants to go towards education. So of course, everything is interlinked and interconnected. If you ditch your former institute or former co-workers or former directors, they might think that you have a negative relationship with them and this might not interest you. Be diplomatic in your answers. There are always two ways in answering everything, a positive one and a negative one. Always go for the positive one. Be optimistic because that's a very important quality for a teacher to have. And sometimes if you want to say something negative, say it so beautifully that you have put it in the middle of the positive feedback so that they understand that you have had the problem, but the problem is a tiny part of the whole solution. Remember, the way you present your answers and what you talk during the interview matters the most in a teaching interview. And yeah, if you want to get the top 50 most asked teacher interview questions for free, then you must visit our website www.teacherpreneur.in. Lastly, make your teacher interview documents perfectly ready and do not make mistakes in them. Whenever you're preparing a teacher interview document, make sure that you proofread everything, take opinion of 2 or 3 colleagues and then only submit it to the actual institution. This will give you an idea and this will also give you a space and room to correct yourself if you've made any mistake. Do not confuse yourself with what is a resume, what is a CV and what is a biodata. If you have that confusion, comment down below and I'll make a separate video for this. But make sure you have your interview documents perfectly ready because that is something that they will go through before you enter them. So that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching the whole video. If you've already reached here, you're already a step ahead of your competitors because now you know what to do and what not to do in a teaching interview. Just follow everything, practice regularly and do everything that you do with confidence and I'm sure you'll make it to your dream teaching job. If you like today's video, do hit the like button. Comment and tell us if you want to make any such videos regarding a teaching interview and we'll be happy to help you. Share this video with your teacher friends and family and subscribe to TeacherPreneur for more such videos. See you soon.